the latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Those who are sharing, liking, commenting, I appreciate you. I love you so much for the love you are showing to me. We were here when the leaders of SADC and the Eastern Africa met in Tanzania to see how best they are going to resolve the conflict that is ongoing in DRC. We know that Congo has never known peace for centuries because of the mineral resources that are in Congo. And we thought that by now, after they met to see the way forward, things will calm down. But it seems what they only went there to do was to give us beautiful speeches as always, and nothing happens. Because after these days that they have met, we're expecting to see some calm in Congo. That some people responsible of these things that are happening in Congo will pull back, because they talk about talking to Paul Kagame to make sure that he withdraws the support that he's giving to the M23 rebel groups. According to reports, he is the one funding them or supporting them to keep destabilizing DRC. He was also in the meeting to showcase something else, because currently the president, Phyllis, is asking for Chad to come in and help them fight the M23 rebel groups. According to reports, the way things have gotten to, things are escalating. They are not knowing peace after the so-called peace summit that they have organized. So for that reason, they are looking for more people to come in and help them fight the terrorist activities to regain the territories of Congo. So what is it that our leaders are looking for? Is it that there is nothing they can do? We've seen that Russia even came out to also ask the external forces and also Paul Kagame to withdraw his support of the M23 so that Congo will know peace. How can this beautiful land with all the natural resources that we have will never enjoy peace because of the natural resources? We are still here doing the talking in 21st century African leaders, and our resources are taken out of Africa.
In the latest, the DR Congo has asked Chad for military support to aid its fight against the Rwanda-backed M23 rebels in the east. Reports indicate that the DRC's regional integration minister met with Chad's president, Mahamat Idris Deby Itno, to seek Ndajama's assistance, both militarily and diplomatically, in the conflict. However, the actual details about the discussions have not been disclosed by either side. Reports suggest that N'Djamena is considering to support Kinshasa, that Chad has yet to officially confirm. Now, Kinshasa's latest push to garner support for its cause comes as volleys of gunfire rang out in eastern border town amid clashes between the allied forces supporting the DRC and the Rwanda-backed M23 rebels. The M23 has been moving further south toward the town of Uvira, which shares a lake border with Burundi. Since they seized South Kivu, province's capital of Bukavu, over the weekend, and reportedly entered the Kamanyola town earlier this week. The rebels' advances have caused a major panic among the residents of Uvira, who reportedly described scenes of looting, bodies lying on the streets, and DRC soldiers fleeing on boats across Lake Tanganyika. Moreover, the crisis has also fueled a sense of worry and anxiety in Kinshasa, which is roughly 1,600 kilometers away from the conflict zone. Residents of the DRC's capital city are looking to move their families abroad, amid open talks of a coup against the president.
The government must take its responsibilities, review the functioning of the army, which appears to show bias, and restore the chain of command. For example, we note that Bunagana was taken without any effort, as was Minova. It is clear that the chain of command is not performing up to its responsibilities.
Time for theoretical debates is over. It is now time to uphold the very principles that define this institution: peace, security, and respect for international law. International law that is universal and applies to all, even while seeking African solutions. Standing by silently while civilians are killed is not a solution, and certainly not an African one.
Rwanda cannot take the blame for the problems that DRC has faced endemically. As President Kagame stated in Addis Ababa, and I quote, "We have our own problems to deal with. Congo is too big for Rwanda to carry on its back," end of quote.
The systems that these people have beautifully created, we have also allowed ourselves to be gatekeepers, and we are taking total control over this for these people. For how long must we see that people will be losing their lives? According to some of the citizens that spoke, that the President Phyllis of Congo isn't doing enough to help, and they are even thinking that there should be a reform. Yes, that the man is not doing that. The parts of Congo that these rebels captured, that he did little to help. So now even the citizens themselves are tired. But do we have to continue to be fighting among ourselves? Must we allow ourselves to be used by these same people to be carrying the natural resources? Is it that, when was it you were just in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, giving a speech, reparation when you yourself, you don't want to reparate yourself? Can't you put an end to what is happening in Congo if truly we want peace? There is rumors. Even the president of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, made it clear that the West, those who are pointing fingers at him, are also behind what is happening in DRC. So why can't we put everything aside? Like Paul Kagame himself said, that is because of our selfish interests. That's why we are not seeing peace in Congo. So why can't we put that selfish interest aside and let the people in Congo know peace? Why? Now you are calling Chad to come and help you fight who? Are we not fighting among ourselves? The mercenaries that came from wherever, you will not touch them. The people that we are going to be fighting against are the same Africans that we are saying we want Africa to be better for us. Talks wouldn't bring the result that we are looking for. We are not looking for more African countries to enter into this war. We saw South Africa joining, and we are trying to quench it. Now we are bringing in Chad. How many African countries have to get involved in this situation? Must we continue to mobilize ourselves to be fighting among ourselves so that we give the chance to the oppressor to carry the mineral resources out of Africa? As if we don't know these systems that these people have kept in place. Why are we not fighting the systems that these people have kept in place that is keeping us poor, that is making us not to progress? Why can't we destroy such systems? They sit there and laugh at us because what they want is what we are doing. We are making their work very easy. When our leaders, our forefathers rose up to sacrifice and fight against them to get us what we have today, we are rather giving it out to them for free. If it is true, Phyllis, that you are not doing anything, you have to also put in effort. We cannot add more countries. Africa, we don't want to be fighting among ourselves. We want to unite to fight against any color that is different from ours. These people are not fighting the same colors. They are fighting different colors like you, that they've kept systems in place. This is economic war that they are waging on Africa. And Africa is talking about economy, but we don't know that we are in economic war and we have to fight those who are fighting our economy. We are rather fighting ourselves, giving room to these people to continue to be fighting and winning us every blessed day. This is not what we want from you, our leaders. And enough of the talking, sitting to talk and nothing comes out. The show is over. It is time we wake up from doing talking, because the talking hasn't brought us anything. The oppressor always plan. Yes, Yellow Popo always plan and execute it. They don't do the talking. But we will sit there and be doing the talking. Instead of us fighting the root cause, we'll leave it and be fighting what is not necessary. It is time we rise up, join hands with Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, because they have seen the root cause of what is happening in Africa and what is keeping us not to progress, and they are fighting it. So stop calling them undemocratic and join hands with them so that together we'll fight and liberate the continent. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. So please, let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we fight for a better Africa for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. We are the best, and Africa is the best, and we deserve the best, and we must take our rightful place on this earth. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa and in DR Congo.